What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Frank Warren, Zhilei Zhang. Get this. According to Frank Warren, Zhilei Zhang now can be quite a force in the heavyweight division. And let me counterpunch. Frank Warren has now shown quite a great interest in Zhilei Zhang now that he's beat Joe Joyce. And I wonder why. Because he's beat Joe Joyce. As opposed of before, we know that Frank Warren has signed Zhilei Zhang to his roster. And now he is promoting him to the utmost. And let me counterpunch. Frank that is a great chess move from Frank. You know, you can't beat him. Buy him. Sign him. You know? And this just shows you the habits of Frank Warren and the things that he does business-wise. Because as you guys can remember, we had Joe Joyce, which was primarily promoted by Sam Jones. Okay. The co-promoter was Frank Warren, but the manager, Sam Jones, was telling Frank a long time ago that, hey, Joe is going to wipe the floor with Daniel Dubois. And of course, you know, those guys went back and forth. It was quite hilarious because, look, Sam Jones is an animated character, and he will tell you in his animated way what is what. And he told him that Joe Joyce will stop Daniel Dubois, and that's exactly what happened. However, you know, after that fight, then Frank Warren, of course, is doing the same thing that he did with Zhilei Zhang. He started promoting Joe Joyce to the utmost. Okay? Sounds familiar? So for me to hear Frank Warren say, well, hey, I think that now Zhilei Zhang can be this force in the heavyweight division, that tells me everything I wanted to know. It just tells you that Frank Warren, he's like, hey, you know, he's worthy of my approval to be promoted. So therefore, I'm going to promote him. But I always thought that Zhilei Zhang was a force because of the fight he had with Hrgovic, because Hrgovic was a young, hungry fighter, okay? Unlike a lot of other fighters that he didn't have to fight. See, Hrgovic was that guy that was passed up from a lot of guys, and Zhilei Zhang was that one guy that took the challenge. So you have to give him credit. And on top of getting an official knockdown, he still lost the decision to the younger Hrgovic. Now, that may or may not have been politics involved because of the age of Zhilei Zhang, because he was like 37 at the time, or 38, right? So, you know, we don't really know what played into it, but it was controversial. I do think the scorecards were close, so I don't think it was a robbery in place. But nonetheless, no one really gave Zhilei Zhang that type of interest like they're giving him now. And it just shows you what moves are being played on this chessboard of boxing once an upset takes place. Okay? That's just like, hey, let me invest in this guy that I wasn't going to invest in before due to his ability that he's shown us. Joe Joyce may be temporarily out, but guess what? I'm going to get this fighter too because I'm not going to gamble on this guy because this guy is just taking a loss. Let me get both. So the odds